Welcome, everyone. Welcome on. Welcome all. A homage to my boy Dunkel there. Here with two big guys, two great golf knowledgeable guys. My guy Drew Check, Snyder. Welcome. Big show last week for us, Snyder. Luke List call, Mark Hubbard top 20 call. No big deal. Luke List in the core. It was a great week for me. I know I tripled up money wise. Rainmakers Classic, all that. Snyder, I'll kick over to you first. How'd you do last week?
Yeah, it was a good week. I only played one or two teams, but I had a 6 of 6 through. Wasn't the best 6 of 6, but it got the job done. Was an all right week. I mean, made money, but nothing great. I didn't have lists on that team or any of the guys that were in the playoffs, so it limited my upside. But it was a fine week.
Nice, Drew. I know you're battling flu-like symptoms. How was your week, golf-wise?
It was rough. I only played Showdown because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I sent you a tweet on Tuesday or Wednesday? I forget what day. It might have been Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was Wednesday. Yeah. So, I didn't do any full week teams, just Showdown. Did not have Luke List. Missed out on that. But, yeah, looking forward to the rest of the fall swing and trying to get healthy, man. We get like one cold front in Florida, and then all of a sudden all the shit hits the fan. So
I know. It was like 2 days, too. But – I mean, it was a pretty entertaining week last week. Five person playoff.
Aberg
awesome.
might be the GOAT already. I mean, the dude goes to the Ryder Cup and comes back, almost wins the tournament. Now he's the highest priced guy here. He's probably going to win. This sets up. I mean, I don't know what a course doesn't set up well for him, but he has quickly become everything we thought he could be.
I kind of have a take on it, but let's go ahead and kick it off. We'll start up top. Let's go just the 10K guys. Snyder, how we feeling up top?
Yeah, I'm going to play both Aberg, however he wants his name pronounced this week. But I'm going to be underweight on Oberg, though. I'll probably play him probably right around the field, actually. Probably right around 25 to 30%. I'll play him at I do kind of worry about this course, how it sets up for him. I mean, he's on an absolute heater, though, so that can't go unnoticed there. I mean, dude's just in an absolute elite form right now. But I do kind of worry about his wedge game here because the majority of the shots are going to be coming from like 100 to 150 yards, I feel. He hasn't been the best there. I mean, the best part about his game is that distance off the tee where he can just nuke it off the tee. I don't think that's going to be needed as much here. But, I mean, he's still hitting the greens at a high clip. He'll still be right up there, I'm sure. I'm just going to go heavy on Tom Kim, though. I like him. He's quietly been playing some great golf leading up, ending that last season, coming in here. Really like Tom Kim this week at 10-9. I think they're going to be both right around 30% owned. So I'm going to play Tom Kim probably at about 45 to 50%, I think. And then Oberg at right around 25 to 30, I think. It's just going to be those two guys for me up top here. I'm going to be off Cam Davis. I know he's been playing great. Just don't like the price tag for him. I'd rather play Tom Kim and Oberg over him, and then JT Poston. I can't pay 10K for him.
Yep. So we're almost hand in hand. I have a little bit of a stronger stance on Oberg, but Drew, what are you doing up here? I think you made it clear.
Yeah, no, I'm going to play some Aberg. I'm with you on Tom Kim though. Tom Kim's been kind of sneaky good. He goes through these spells, man. He's just like fantastic. Gains in most categories, and he's been over on the European Tour the last couple of weeks and has T18, T6 the last two events over there in Europe. So, yeah, I do like Tom Kim as a spin up. Obviously, likes this golf course, won it last year. And Aberg, I just think he's so well-rounded, man. I mean, I don't know if we can really speak necessarily to his wedges quite yet. Like, I would probably, shit on Rory McIlroy's wedges at this point. Because he lost two majors because of it. But like Aberg, I mean, it's really hard to tell. I mean, he dominates par fives. Looking at his scores from last week or his like shot by shot last week, the dude had like kick-ins from like 140 yards. So I think he's going to do just fine this week. And he obviously can putt well enough to keep it up on a course like last week. So yeah, Aberg and Tom Kim for me. Cam Davis is okay. I think it's a good fit, but he has not played well here. So, apparently it's not a great fit for him. He's only had two top 30s in his last two of his last five starts. So Not a fan of Cam Davis. And JT Poston is a fraud, so I don't play that.
Pretty similar, but I don't think you can say anything is a bad course fit for Auberg. I think even though in his young career, I think he's already solidified, like he's just really freaking good. I would just say this. I kind of don't like that his greatest strength is kind of taken away here a little bit. Not taken away. Not as much. Like long and straight, he's not like.
Yeah, but he's just long too. Like
he's long and straight too, but like
I know, but
really,
I don't think that takes it away from him here.
No, not taking it away, but I just like it more when he's like, okay, well, this place he's definitely going to gain like automatically 4 or 5 strokes off the tee just from the normal person. Like, yeah. So it's not a bad thing. It's just
he has to gain strokes on and around the greens, but everyone does. But you're right. It does take away his strength, which is his driving. You know, he's going to be in play and be longer than everyone and straighter than everyone. But again, I just think he's better.
Yeah, so he's
better
just really good.
Around, man.
He's just really freaking good. So I'm just gonna like probably match the field, maybe under on him. Tom Kim just very close to a lock, but I think he's just someone that can go back to back. I know those Asians love to do that. That's where I'm. So we're pretty much close. Same. I hate Cam Davis.
What Asians go back to back and what?
Cage Lee, baby.
I didn't know if this was a girl you're talking about or something.
Oh, they can go back to back too. But all right, next range, because I hate Cam Davis. JT Poston, I actually probably will sprinkle a little bit, despite what Drew said. Haterade. Let's go to this next range, Snyder. Pretty loaded. Talk to me.
I'm seeing Siwoo Kim. I think he's going to be the highest owned guy in this range. I mean, he's been playing some strong golf heading in. The one thing that does worry me a little bit about Siwoo is the putter basically went to nothing. I mean, he couldn't make a putt at all down the stretch. Like his last 6, 7, 8 events, he lost strokes putting in all those. It really held him back from like really contending in some events. I mean, he was top 10 here last year, so I get the play. I'll probably have him some. I think Eric Cole's a guy that'll kind of get steamed up a little bit, 9,800. He's been playing some good golf as well. Was fourth a couple of events ago. But I'm going to be on I really like Adam Schenk the best in this range at 9.2K. I love the price there. He's got great course history here. He's ended the year very strong too. 4 top 10s in his last 7 starts. So really think Schenk's a guy I think Schenk's going to be the best point scorer in this 9K range. So I want to get overweight on Schenk the most.
Like, I mean, God, just looking again, like just so many names I love in this range. It's going to be tough for me. Drew, give me some more conviction.
I mean, I'm going to be pretty close to Snyder here. Shanks is a fantastic call. Rode him pretty hot into the playoffs, and I honestly thought he would do a little bit better at a couple of those events in the playoffs. So kind of let us down. But, T6 at the FedEx St. Jude and a T9 at the Tour Championship sounds good. But I think he shoot 65 or something to open the Tour Championship, and then just kind of hung on, I guess, for the top 10 in a 30-man field. So not the best finish, but I mean, the highest owned guy for me is going to be Eric Cole. 9,800 for him on a birdie fest. I just love it. There's not really much bad I can say. Again, it's kind of field dependent a little bit for Eric Cole, and so he's priced up here for a reason because it's such a weak field as we go down into the 7s and the 8s, and obviously the 6s. But yeah, Eric Cole's my favorite. I'm going to play him over Siwoo Kim and Mike Schenk. I think the course history is the tough part. Like Adam Hadwin has just atrocious form coming in. I'll probably have a sprinkle just to see if this continues because I'm pretty sure he's had bad form most of the years coming into this event. In his last 4 events here, he's finished 4th, 34th, 6th, and 10th. He just loves his golf course. So I'll probably have a sprinkle of Adam Hadwin. Schenk has great course history as well. T3 here 2 years ago. But yeah, for me, man, Eric Cole is 9,800. That'd be my favorite spin up outside of Aberg and Tom Kim. And I really don't mind on a birdie fest like this, starting in the 9K range on some builds and just try to leverage the birdie makers.
Yep. I like that. I'm glad you brought up Hadwin. I didn't know about the course history. I was just on him because I know the ownership's going to be extremely low.
He's just been bad, man.
Just been very bad. Yeah. Very bad.
Even his win, if you look at his card, he won 6 events ago, right? The Rocket Mortgage. I think he won the Rocket Mortgage. He gained 10 strokes putting. So easy. It's just been all with the putter. But again, he loves his golf course. And I have to kind of side with course history a little bit and just ride it out, especially when he's going to be super low owned. This isn't going to be like a chalky course history play with, good recent form. It's like complete opposite. We're great course history, no ownership, poor recent form. I will have a sprinkle.
There's been a lot of course history talk this week. I don't know what it is about this course, but some guys will come in. I mean, it's been numerous guys multiple times have came in with terrible form and just do well here. So I'll let I'll let both of y'all speak on that. What do y'all think about, like, why?
You can go first, Drew.
Yeah, I think it's a couple things. I mean, honestly, I think the people that keep coming back here like the golf course anyways and probably had success. Like, if you look at everybody over 7,500, most people over 7,500, like, they've had some top 10s in the last couple starts. So, like, I think people show up here. It's also a super weak field, and it's very easy to kind of I don't know, if you're like the 50th percentile PGA Tour player, you come to an event and all of a sudden now you're the 5th or 3rd percentile, like you're 97th percentile, however you want to view it. But yeah, I think the field strength is always weak here in the fall swing, and guys that show up here really play well here. So I think the course history is a reason. Like, it's kind of one hand feeds the other. The guys that show up here a lot with good course history, they keep having good course history because they love it and they like the golf course. So
I dig it. Snyder, anything you want to add to that?
No, I wasn't really paying attention. I was talking to Big T. I sent him our little head-to-head that we're playing tonight for college football.
Ooh, I like it. I didn't even get in this tonight. But anyways, a lot of ownership.
Gamer.
These top 8Ks, a lot of ownership coming. Norman, Hoagie, Snyder, what are you doing with Norman, Hoagie? I think they're going to be a little bit chalky, but.
Yeah, I'm going to play both those guys. I think they're both terrific plays on the slate. I really like Norman. I think Norman's game just sets up perfect for this. I mean, he's a good wedge player. He's got a couple wins. I mean, a lot of people are looking at Oberg. I think Norman's the guy that's kind of going under the radar there, the guy from overseas. He's had 2 wins in his last 7 events. He's played well in his last couple of events. So I really like Norman. I think Norman should be priced in the 9Ks. I mean, really like his price tag. And then you got Tom Hoagie as well there. I mean, he's got terrific course history here. Enters in great form as well. 13th, 14th, 21st, 43rd, and then a 20th in 5 of his last 6 events. So I really like, I'm going to be overweight on Norman and Hoagie. Those are 2 of my building blocks there. I do like JJ Spawn as well, 8.9K in that range as well. And then I'm going to be overweight on Putnam as well. I'll probably have some Svensson as well, 8,200, and that's pretty much getting rounded up for me in that 8K range.
I like it. I mean, Norman, I've been on this guy forever, since he literally got his tour card. I'm going to keep riding him. Drew, Norman, Hoagie, you just going to eat that?
I'm kind of undecided on Hoagie.
I am too.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've played a lot of Hoagie.
What's the ownership coming in at right now?
Let me click it.
Is it enough to even care? I mean, I know it has to be above 50.
Yeah, I mean, I got it 13 to 17%. So depending on the contest.
Yeah, so I get that's not enough for me to.
I mean, everyone's going to get owned over 8K anyway, so it's not really a huge deal breaker, I guess. I will say I do have a lot of Putnam for whatever reason this week. Projects out really well for me. Recent form is always kind of hit or miss. He's not really great off the tee, so maybe if you want to take that angle, against Aberg, you would take the Putnam side where he can gain strokes on the greens, around the greens, and he's a decent iron player. He has been decent for the last couple events. So I'm good with Hoagie. I do like Smalley a good bit at 8,500, and then Norman, like you said, has been fantastic. He just doesn't gain a ton on the greens. And that can be an issue here. He missed the cut here last year. And that's the biggest problem with the Birdie Fest is like guys that are just stud ball strikers. And I'm not going to include Aberg in this category, but there's really like a discrepancy with guys that are just stud ball strikers and they can't keep it up with the flat stick. Grillo's kind of in that same boat, or he has been in that boat in the past. So that's my hesitation with Norman, but I do like him. I think he won the Barbasol, right? Did he win the Barbasol?
He did.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a Birdie Fest right there. But yeah, I'm with you on Hoagie. I do like Smalley, and then Putnam. Like I said, I have an unhealthy amount of Putnam.
Ooh, I kind of like that you brought up Smalley. I've not really heard much chatter around him, but 5th in strokes gained approach last 36 rounds. I mean, I've always liked Smalley. I'm kind of intrigued about the ownership. Probably going to end up being 2x on him now.
He'll be single digits. For sure. Yeah.
Low. I mean, for kind of the guys. I mean, I think he might even get squeezed maybe even down to like around 6, 7.
That's a good example of course history. Like of all the people in this range, like Hoagie has good course history. Putnam has decent course history. Aaron Rye, JJ Spawn. So like Smalley would be the forgotten guy because he only has one event 2 years ago and it wasn't really great. So he'll get forgotten for that reason too.
Like anyone else lower 8K range? Or are you guys ready to move on?
I'm not a Bill Hostler guy, and Hubbard is. I don't like him here. So
I don't either. I was on him last week. I loved it.
Hostler.
You like Hostler?
He might make my 150 pool. I think
he would make a 150 pool, but yeah.
I'm trying some new stuff out with. I'm playing the mini max this week. Trying some new back testing some new theories with Saber Sim, the new sims and such they have. I'm trying some new things out with that to see how it works.
Interesting. I'm about to give that a try. Use that
weight. Hopefully, if they're any good, they won't play Hostler. So,
all right, Snyder, take us into this high 7K range.
Oh yeah, here in the 7K range, I think we've got quite a few good guys here. We just doing the top like 7-6 and up, or
let's just do 7-5 and up.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Justin Saw, he's a Vegas guy here. I like playing him. He finished 8th here a couple years ago. I think he's a solid play at 7-9. Davis Thompson's been playing some real strong golf. A great recent form coming in. I think he's a guy that could top 10 here for 7-8. So I'll be overweight on him as well. Then KH Lee, I may dip into some KH here. He generally plays these type of tracks pretty well. I think this could be a spot where he could kind of pop off at basically no ownership. I'm trying to see where he's at. He'll be like 5 to 7% owned, it looked like. So he's fine. SH Kim is a great like upside, like large field tournament play. I'll probably have a little bit of him in the pool as well. And then Ben Griffin. I really like Ben Griffin at 7.5. I think he might be the most mispriced guy here. He was great last week. I was overweight on him last week. And I think he's just way underpriced for this field.
I dig it. I mean, kind of like his off the tee stuff is kind of masked here. Doesn't miss too bad. So most of his, like, if he is a little bit, maybe messed it up as far as accuracy goes, he still was able to at least get shots on the green. Drew, top of the 7K range. Talk to me.
Yeah, my favorite guy that I'm just gonna keep going back to. He doesn't have good course history yet. We're hoping that changes this week, but that's Doug Gim. I mean, his recent form has been good for like the last half of the season, and he's actually been turning a corner and having some like good starts and just not finishing it off. So I do like Doug Gim quite a bit. He's one of my highest ranked guys in the entire field, to be honest, from a ball striking standpoint. Davis Thompson, yeah, I do like that. He was in contention here last year, right? Am I mistaken? Or was it the Sanderson last year? One of these, he was up there. I can't remember. But yeah, so in like the upper sevens, like I said, Doug Gim.
12th here last year.
12th here last year.
Yep.
One of them, I thought he had finished. I thought he shot like 61.
I think that was a little bit later, wasn't it, in the year?
He lost strokes putting here and still finished top 12.
That might have been the Desert Open.
I thought it was a little bit later in the year.
You're right. It was in February, the West Coast Swing.
Yeah.
He shot like 61 to open up that.
That
event. Yeah. Good call. So Doug Gim, Davis Thompson, Justin like Snyder mentioned, and I did not know he was a local Vegas guy, but I do like his style on this golf course. Like his ball striking stats never pop for me. So I'm always hesitant to play him, but when it comes into like Birdie Fest, I don't think the ball striking stats matter as much. It's kind of like
he gets it done.
The volatility of making birdies. Yeah, I mean, I really do think that's where like birdie makers make a difference, because there's guys that don't make a lot of birdies that just excel ball striking wise, and there's certain guys that make a ton of birdies that just look ugly, and you just play them.
I don't know if
quite a lot.
I don't know if you saw it, but when Bryce was explaining how he shot that 61 at the Greenbrier, he talked about how when he was a little bit younger, he would move up like way farther in the tees, and he said he just had the mindset of scoring. And sometimes that just you need birdies. That mindset is just different. And some of these guys who don't have the ball striking stats just pop at these birdie fests because they had that scoring mindset. They just get it done. I don't know what it's like superhuman. They just get shit done.
And the opposite applies too, because I've heard even Mark Hubbard has talked about it. Like, hey, I will make 80% of my cuts, but I won't finish better than like 30th ever. because that's what he does. He just makes a lot of pars and he doesn't make mistakes. He'll make a couple birdies, make the cut. He's never in contention, rarely. So, these guys know that. But yeah, that's my favorite. And honestly, that as we go down into like the sevens and like the sixes, the guys that like make the cut are really just guys that have shown the volatility of making birdies. You're not going to find studs from a ball striking standpoint. And if you do, they're probably not like, capitalizing on it anyway. So I'm really just looking for birdie makers as we go down here. Ben Griffin's interesting. Honestly, I don't know if he's probably underpriced a little bit, I guess, but he definitely does stand out there at 7,500. So good call on Ben Griffin. I was looking at Taylor Pendrith. He pops for me, but he's gone 4 straight missed cuts. I think he's maybe been hurt, right? I think he was hurt at the last part of the year. So I probably will have a shot on Pendrith, to be honest, because this is his like second event back since August, where he was he hurt his wrist or hurt his back. So yeah, Taylor Pendrith might be a really low-owned sleeper who could pop. I mean, he honestly played really well during this stretch of events last year.
Yeah. I love the flop leg on Doug Gim. He let a lot of people down last week. Alex Noren, like Snyder mentioned, has just been playing good golf lately. Ended last year pretty well. And then lastly, SH Kim. I'll go back after kind of at like almost winning and then awful miscut. The numbers still look decent, honestly. So the approach numbers are gross, but I'll still have him still a sprinkle in the MME. Let's go down to the 7K below 7,500 guys. Snyder, hit it.
Yeah, there's a couple guys here I really like this week as well. A couple soldiers as well in this spot here. Actually, he's fine if you want to go. I probably won't be much on him. I like Sam Ryder. I've been playing him quite frequently over the last month and a half. He's got a couple of good finishes here as well. 7,400 is a good price for his upside. And then I'm going to go back to another Vegas resident, a guy that's played a ton of golf on this course. Taylor Montgomery. I think he's a guy that can kind of pop here. I don't think many people are going to get to him. I think he'll definitely be under 5%. So I'll probably have maybe 15% of him or something like that. He's a guy that could pop on this course. The putting's there, the short game's there. But I think being home and around a good scenery like this and such, I think this could really help him out and kind of get his game back on where it was when he first broke onto the scene. I mean, he was great right when he first hit the tour, but then he's really struggled over the last year. But maybe this time he can get better, so I'll be on him. Nick Hardy's a guy that I generally play as well. I like his upside for the price tag, so I'll definitely be on him. Callum Tarrant was a soldier last week. I've been playing him for the last month and a half as well. I like how his upside is. Didn't do the best last week. Only finished 43rd, but he had one really bad round that kind of held him back. I think he can do well here. CT Pan's always an upside guy. He was top 10 last week. I'll probably have him in the pool. Peter Cust is another guy I've been playing. He's just been consistently making cuts, showing some upside at times as well. He was top 25 last week. Chesson Hadley, he's a soldier this week. I'll be well overweight on him. He's got great course history here. He's played this event 9 times, and he's I think he's got 3 top 10s and like 6 top 25s or something in this event. So I'll definitely be on him. He's in good form too. He's made 5 straight cuts leading up to this, so definitely on Hadley. Martin Laird is another guy that'll make my pool. He won this event a couple years ago. Definitely it will be on him. And then Matthew Neesmith is another guy I feel is pretty underpriced here. Love his price tag. He's a soldier this week, 7,100. I do think he's going to see some ownership, maybe somewhere in that 15 to 20% range, but I'm going to play him. I think this is a great course for him. Sets up well for him. He's been inside the top 20 the last 3 trips here, 18th, 8th, and 14th coming in here, so I'm going to be on him. Chad Ramey's another guy. He was top 15 here last year. He really did well down the stretch of the season too. Enters in off back-to-back top 20, so I like Chad Ramey at 7K flat. And Troy Merritt's a guy that's been playing good back-to-back top 10s. He's got good form here at this course, and he's another guy that I'll have in the pool as well.
All right, as usual for most of these fall events, it's going to be a run here. It's going to be one in this range. So, Drew, give us the key to the kingdom. Give us the nut 7K guy that will definitely not let us down.
I mean, I echo a lot of what Snyder said. I mean, Troy Merritt looks good coming in. I don't know. I was pulling up his course history. I don't think he has a great course history, so it's kind of just like playing off of the recent form. He finished 9th last week and 7th at the Fortinet before the Ryder Cup. So far in the fall swing, he has 2 top 10s. So he's playing really well. I mean, crazy. His irons look good. Around the green looks good. He's losing strokes putting, surprisingly, in his last couple of events. But yeah, the main guys that I'm targeting here is Sam Ryder. People forget, like 3 years ago, he had come into the event. Where'd it go? 3rd place and an 18th place. And then he's gone miscut, T28. So I think Sam Ryder is going to be back on the right train this week at 7,400. Again, a guy that a lot of first-round lead bets get placed on him. One of these events, he's gonna capitalize and kind of hold on. So 7,400, I think there's a lot of upside for him there. Kevin Streelman looks really good on paper. I'm going to have a sprinkle. He's going to be in the player pool. Of course, history doesn't agree, but I have been playing a good bit of him. He's been very solid. He's been making a lot of cuts. Just again, trying to capitalize on the upside. His irons have been fantastic. Nick Hardy is totally fine. Makes a lot of birdies. Matthew Neesmith, great course history. I think he would be foolish not to play him. So that might be the guy there for you, Kurt. I think me and Snyder were both on him. And Justin Hadley that he mentioned. So that's really it. A lot of these guys, man, have some really rough spots, like just looking through their stats. So you're trying to just capitalize on a couple key pieces. And obviously most of these guys will be pretty low for that reason. But like Montgomery's an interesting play, a guy that does not gain strokes anywhere except on the greens pretty much. And like you said at the top of the show, this course kind of negates the advantage off the tee. And a guy that doesn't do as well on courses that are demanding off the tee, this would be his style. So he can just knock it out there. He hits it a long way, just hits it all over the place. His irons aren't great, but he can make 20 footers like, Tiger made 20 footers back in his heyday. So it's just crazy. But yeah, that's it for me, man. Really, my primary focus, if I boil it down, is Sam Ryder, Matthew Neesmith, Justin Hadley, and who was that? Kevin Streelman. That's it.
I love Sam Ryder in this range. I do echo a lot of what you all said. Hadley, Neesmith, always got to ride with the shoulders, always. But I will give a couple of darts for like large field stuff if you're entering. I'm assuming they have terrible course history, but Hayden Buckley maybe finally gets healthy. The approach numbers look bad, but that's normally not like what his game is. Maybe he's finally healthy, kind of like what Drew was mentioning earlier with Taylor Pendrith. Same thing can go said for Hayden Buckley. Nick Taylor has been kind of bad lately, but the approach numbers aren't terrible. I know he has some pop in him. And then lastly, Scott Stallings. I just like riding him when he's hot. We've seen it last year, the playoffs. When went to the play, he went to the playoff last week. Ride Scott Stallings when he's hot. If the wheels fall off this week, we don't got to worry about him literally for the rest of the fall swing. That's kind of how it goes. So I will always ride a hot Scott Stallings after what I witnessed a year and a half, 2 years ago at the freaking in the playoffs. So yeah, that's my little darts in this range because I do echo a lot of what you all said. Now we're getting to a pretty. I love Kevin Yu. I'm going right back to Kevin Yu this week. I'm guessing you all are. I'm guessing no one else is.
I've looked at him. I have not pulled the trigger yet.
I don't think you never like him. I don't think.
No, I used to like him a lot.
In a while.
I used to like him a lot, but his last 4 out of 5 starts are miscut, T37, miscut in really terrible fields. So I just don't want to play him if he's not playing good. But yeah, I loved him during the season.
Yeah, these are the guys I love to play.
He's just bad. He's just bad right now.
Can't putt. He literally can't putt. He's a great ball player. He's really one of the worst putters of all time.
It's more than just not putt.
I mean, I'm looking
Don't force it, Kurt.
Oh, I'm definitely playing him. Absolutely. I'm looking at 4th off the tee, which here, and then 41st in the approach.
No,
that's not terrible.
No, that's all wrong.
I'm really looking right. I'm looking right at it.
Are you looking at last 150 rounds or last 24?
Last 36. So what am I missing? I'm waiting.
Last 4 events.
I mean, that goes back a long ways. That's 9 events.
I'm just showing you what I'm looking at.
So he's only played 6 rounds his last 3 events.
Okay, yeah, true. So let's narrow it down to let's do 12. Let's do 12. Let's just see how bad it is.
Yeah, good luck with that one. They might pull him out of the field.
I'm curious of what the approach numbers are.
His approach has been bad. His off the tee game has helped him a bit, but
it's still 60th. It's still
60th?
60th. I mean, it's
In the
not
worst
good.
field
It's
of
not-
the year?
That's not good, but I'm saying I thought it was going to give me a red number, to be honest with you.
No, because you're about to get into 59 guys in the 6K range that are all worse, but he's
Top
the
60,
next
baby. That's
worst.
almost a made cut for me. First numbers only. I'm still playing them. Don't care. You guys can suck it. Let's go down to the 6Ks where there's more shitters that we can play.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on. I got to send you head to head. How much?
No. Hey,
150,000.
yeah, whoa. I'm not playing Kevin Ewing cash. Let's not get it twisted now. I said, whoa. All right, Snyder. Anyone in this 6K? I don't really think you need to go here this week, but there's a couple names that I'm not opposed to. I don't mind Harry Hall this week, but who do you like down here?
Yeah, there's a couple names here. I think two of these guys are going to see ownership potentially pushing 10%, which is kind of something I kind of usually tend to shy away from in the 6K range. But EVR has been playing really good golf as of late. I really don't want to try and force many in this, but EVR will be a guy that I will have in the pool this week. He's been playing some great golf. 16th, 30th, 16th, 8th his last four starts. Didn't make the cut here last year, but he's a guy that I'll have in the pool. Malinetti was a soldier the last 2 weeks, I think, and finished. He made the cut both times. Didn't play the best last week, but he was 11th week before. So he'll be in the pool as well. Harry Hall's another Vegas guy. He was 8th here last year. He'll be in the pool. And then Joel Dahlman, I think he's going to be kind of steamed up. He's got a good course history here, and he was top 15th last weekend. I don't know if I'm going to play Dahlman or not. I might just play EVR and fade Dahlman for the chalk-wise. I just play one of them. But I really don't see too much else here in this. I know Norlander was a guy I had in the playbook last week as a guy that could pop off. He ended up actually playing well. He's made the cut the last 2 times here. I may get to him. Russell Knox is another guy down here. He's just consistently been making cuts. I think he can pay off that price tag pretty well. He's made 7 of his last 8 cuts. So I think Knox is interesting as a pivot off of Dahlman.
All right. I mean, so you don't mind this range at all?
I mean, there's a few guys, a little more than I thought, maybe 5 or 6 guys that I'll have in the pool.
I dig it. It's helpful. Drew,
yeah,
are you the same way?
There's just a few, but they're mostly punts. I'm gonna go back to Carson Young at 6,900. Again, just he has been playing close to good golf. Just hasn't been elite as he was when Snyder had him as a soldier for like 4 or 5 straight weeks, I think. So Marty Dow, your boy Marty Dow, 6,700. I like that. I think he had a top 10 or top 20 last week even. So again, I like him on a volatile type of golfer on this golf course. Justin Lower, 6,600. I'm going to have a little bit there. I think JBC played him last week and got off to a decent start, I believe. And then a real deep punt. It's mostly dead in the 6Ks, to be honest. I mean, it's just like a handful of guys that are just including. This range can certainly make or break you if you get a little bit too wide. But one guy I'm going to tinker with a little bit is Jason Duffner at 6,100. He has like 2 or 3 made cuts out of his last 6 starts, but they're all like T30s or better. He's just a guy that I want to take advantage of the price. And if he can make the cut and I can jam in a couple of the studs, again, it's a weak field. The talent drop off, I guess, from like the 9 and 8K range goes pretty hard. So I'm going to kind of tinker with some $6,100 Duffner to jam in some Aberg and Tom Kim, or Cole with Aberg. Try to get a couple of these 9 and 8K guys all in one lineup and see if he can make the cut and buoy something up towards the top on the weekend.
I like Harry Hall down here.
Harry Hall's course history is good, and I don't mind it. Like he has been playing great of late, but he comes out of nowhere. I think his round at Colonial or wherever that was, a couple months ago.
You never know what you're going to get from old Harry Hall.
You never know, and he runs hot, man. So I don't mind that.
I'm obsessed with playing guys like that.
I'm pretty sure he lives in Vegas too.
I know. Doesn't Ryan Moore is another local guy? I don't know what his name. I have a lot of his Rainmakers cards somehow, but they like in the packs. They just blessed me with Ryan freaking Moores. I'm like, okay, now I got 7 of them. Like, what do I do with this? I guess I got a lot in Rainmakers, so I hope that the hometown kid goes off. Do you guys want to do a show call?
Some Rainmakers tickets. I mean, they were selling some of those cards for cheap, like the rares.
Oh yeah, because there's only like how many more events left until December?
Dude, I got Keith Slocum earlier in the year, and after that, I was like, oh, I'm done. I mean, the dude hasn't played a PGA Tour event since like 2019, so I don't know how that's even possible. You'd be better off getting Tiger.
The contest.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Usually won my cards from select contests and stuff, but I'm not sure what they do with the cards after it's over. Can you like mint them?
You're supposed to burn them and use them again, but dude, it's sketchy at this point. Like they're trying to do Showdown now, but then like I was looking at like the packs, like once you buy that, like I have a tough enough time getting a 6 of 6. You're gonna think I'm gonna buy a random pack and have a 6 of 6 in there? Like, dude, I'm gonna spend like $1,000 and just like get 6 guys in one line on Saturday. Because it was like buy it on Friday and then
they don't even make the cut. You're screwed.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I've already got Heath Slocum several times. That's probably who's in that pack. It's ridiculous.
What is that, bro?
Heath Slocum? Yeah, look him up. He was good, dude.
Oh, okay. Let's do long shot favorite as far as bets goes. What do we call that on the bet show, Snyder? Top of the board bet.
Yeah, let me pull up the odds here quick.
Drew, do you have yours ready?
No, but I'm pulling up the odds now.
Me 3. And then we'll do
one that I already bet earlier today or yesterday. I bet it was who the hell was that? I bet Chesson Hadley for a long shot. I think he was like 90-1 maybe.
Yeah, I think that was the number. I saw that earlier. Yeah, it was 90. I bet that's not even still there.
I'm not sure. I did that yesterday when I was at the Warhorse.
Oh man. I'll go up top. I'm gonna go Vincent Norman 35-1.
Yeah, my guy would be 35-1.
I didn't price shop that Norman, so price shop that. Chance that FanDuel is a better number. And then, Snyder, do you want to give your up top? I want to look for my punt.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to the top, but I'm going to go with Vincent Norman at 40-1 as my pick.
Snyder just never pays attention. Anytime anyone else is talking, he's just zoned out. I also picked Norman, but I'm glad that we're hand in hand. I'm cool with that. All right, for long shot. And then, who did you say, Drew?
I had Eric Cole. He's at 35-1 as well.
Nice.
That's a nice price.
Oh man,
I'm trying to get a long shot for you. There's plenty to pick from.
They're
all equally ugly.
Like I said, I'm not price shopping these, so I'm sure there's better numbers out there.
I've got all of them pulled up here if you have a question.
I don't hate Davis Riley. For a long shot, like he's way down here in this field. I mean, this is not a bad field, but like, and we can say there's a lot of events for Davis Riley, but I feel like it's not been that bad. So what's the best number I can get, Snyder?
On Davis Riley?
Yeah.
Let me find him quick.
DK has 9-1.
Yeah, he's going to be – you can get 100-1. There's 100-1 out there at Bet365.
I like that.
It's BetMGM or Bet365, yeah.
Dig that.
I got another one that I'm going to fire on. I'm going to take Adam Schenk as well at 30-1. That's another bet I'm going to make here.
Boom. Drew?
I'm struggling on the long.
It's tough. I mean,
it's just like they're numbers that you would think they would be way higher. It's ugly. I'll tell you what. I'll do. Let me see what his number's at.
Do your boy Pendrith.
Pendrith would be. If it's. I think his number was short though, from what I would have bet. No, that's not bad. 100-1. He's 100.
I saw 1100.
Yeah, I see 120 on FanDuel. So Pendrith, yeah, there you go. Yeah, again, the reason behind Pendrith is just that he's been gone for like 2 months, and now he's coming back, and this is his second start. Like, we know how good he was. He's only gotten better, I assume, since the Fortinet. So, yeah, Pendrith, good call.
All right, there we go. We'll clip this. We clipped the last one with Luke List. No big deal. So I'm 1 for 1 so far in the fall swing. Hopefully we can get 2 for 2 on the 2 for 2 on the show would be awesome.
Well, say Aberg. Just say Aberg, and you'll guarantee you.
Oh my god! I think he's going to T5 again, not win. Let's do a show call real quick.
He's got worse odds than Kim. It looks like at least.
They keep bouncing back and forth, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're right in between 10 to 12-1. Yeah, so they're basically the same.
Show core, boys. Get your minds in the game. Okay? Get your head in the game.
Eric Cole.
Yes. Snyder.
I'm going to go Chad Ramey.
Love it. That means so I'm going to go in the middle then. You went low. Drew went high. I go in the middle. God, I don't know how to go. I'll let you guys pick. Justin Suh, Doug Gim. Who we like?
I'd probably play Suh for a core.
Yeah.
Gim's been solid, but not here. I think Suh would probably be the more fun.
Yeah, I'd rather play Suh as well.
Leaves you 8,400 the rest to go. You can plug in a soldier, and then you can get really fun. So, show for Eric Cole, Chad Ramey, Justin Suh. Plug in a soldier, fill it out, go print money. Let's win all the money on Sunday so we have more money for football next week after that. Any final words, Drew?
No. No, it should be fun.
I love the fall swing because you're not paying attention as much as you are during the regular season, but you can still kind of peek when you're bored or you're taking a shit or something. It's the best. Snyder, any final words?
Yes. It's fun. We got everything's loaded here as usual with football. NBA's coming up as well. College football, basically, we're either going to have college football or NFL every night of the week, I think, through December. So we got all the foots here. NBA coming back. JBC and Stats are absolutely on fire. Big T was 10-0 last night, 2 in the bets. So make sure you head on over and check out the bet side as well. All the content will be up on site here shortly with Showdown coming up.
The bet side has been nuclear. I'm the one who tracks it. And let me just say, month to month, you're going to make money. It's just leaving money on the table, not joining. Sign up. Even Snyder's been firing off. I mean, every time I go to check, win. I'm like, God, Snyder, this guy doesn't lose. Sign up for it, guys. For Drew, for Snyder, I'm Kurt. Y'all have a good one. Peace.